Hello everybody, welcome back to Jared Opens a Box here on Jared Takes the L, and we are still in the month of August here, our second video of the month, and I have a really great video for you guys here today because we are taking a look at Funko Pops from the Disney Plus MCU show Spider-Man, or Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. It was originally going to be called Spider-Man Freshman Year, that's what I was going to say, but I was like, no wait, they changed the name. So that's why I was still thinking of the old name. But yeah, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. And we have 4 pops from the wave. I don't think that's all of them. I think there was a couple of exclusives. I didn't get any of the exclusives, but we still have some really cool ones for you guys here today. So yeah, that's what we're going to be taking a look at here. Let's go ahead and get started with, I guess, the obvious one, the one that, is not too much of a surprise. We have, of course, the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which, yes, is just Spider-Man. This is just how they're differentiating him from all the other Spider-Man pops that we've seen recently. But this is pop number 1526, I assume, of the Marvel line. There is the logo for the show there. I really like the box for this. The box is really cool. No spoilers on the back of this one, so you guys aren't going to get spoiled there. Yeah, there's the other side of the box as well. So obviously not going to be much to say about this pop in particular, since it is just going to be Spider-Man, but I do think this one is still really cool. So here is Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I think Funko did a really good job with this one. Very reminiscent of how the suit looks in the show. I haven't really gotten to see too much of the show, just bits and pieces, but from what I have seen, very accurate. Of course, the outfit itself is very similar to the comics, to the comics interpretation of the suit. You got the classic red and blue, a little bit of cel-shaded bits and pieces there as well. Also has the web that he is swinging on. I think that's a really cool detail that they were able to include that in the figure. Of course, since he is swinging on the web, they do have this base here as well to keep him from falling over. Overall, I think they did a really good job with this figure. It is just Spider-Man, but I still think they try to find as many ways as possible to differentiate the Spider-Man pops from one another, but I think this one came out looking really nice. And I love, like I said, the cel-shaded aspect of the pop to make it look like it was straight from that animated show, which had a lot of inspiration from the comics as well. We have another Spider-Man here, another one of his suits from the show. We have Spider-Man Homemade Suit. So this is pop number 1527. Of course, this is his original suit, hence the name. And yeah, again, no spoilers on the box, but this one is also really cool. So, if I can open it, similarly to the other Spider-Man pop that we just saw, this one also has a web to kind of show that he is swinging off of it, although Summer said that it looked like he was holding a stick, which I guess I could also understand. It does kind of look like that from this angle. So the suit definitely looks homemade. He just kind of has this red mask and then like these goggles on. And then the suit itself consists of basically a hoodie with a spider symbol on it, some tennis shoes, looks like some jeans or sweatpants with knee pads, then some gloves and a backpack that connects to his web shooters. So definitely homemade, but of course Peter Parker is a genius, so it's no surprise that he's able to create a suit that still gets the job done, still allows him to save the day. I think this one, again, really good figure. Of course, it bobbles. Not too much of a surprise. All the Marvel Pops do that. But yeah, I think this one came out looking really nice as well. They did a great job with this one. Alright, moving on from the Spider-Man Pops, we have a character that I was pretty surprised about to see in the show. I know he was announced beforehand, but it was still, wow, it's kind of crazy that they put him in the show. But nonetheless, it is Doctor Strange. And honestly, I think this is really cool because this is the first kind of appearance in the MCU of that classic Doctor Strange look. Although I do think Benedict Cumberbatch is pretty accurate as Doctor Strange. This one is like pulled straight out of the comics. But this is pop number 1532. Of course, there's the side of the box, back of the box, and the other side. But of course, Doctor Strange being in the show isn't too far-fetched, especially since he was such a big part of the last live-action Spider-Man movie, which they also had a pop of him in that as well. But yeah, here is Doctor Strange from Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. This one looks really cool. So again, you kind of have the cel-shaded stuff there to make it look like, again, a comic book. They did that detail especially in the hair. Of course, you see a lot of the comic inspiration as well, including a little mustache there, the gray and the hair right there. The suit itself also looks like it was pulled straight out of the comics. Of course, that classic blue and yellow with the red cape. So honestly, yeah, really, really good. And of course, he's also got some magic that he's using there as well, which Funko included with the figure here. Of course, a base since he is flying. But yeah, this is really, really cool. Probably one of the best comic accurate Doctor Strange pops that we have. And it actually came from an animated show, which is really funny. But I do think they did a really good job with this one. Lots of great detail on it. And yeah, not much else to really say, but definitely now one of my favorite Doctor Strange pops that we've gotten from Funko. All right, moving on to our last one here. This one's pretty cool. Pretty excited about this one. It's a much bigger pop than the other ones as well. So this is the Alien Monster. This is pop number 1528. No, this is not a symbiote, even though it really, really looks like one. It's actually inspired by another Spider-Man villain, a lesser-known one. Actually, I don't even remember the name. That's how lesser known it is. But not a symbiote. Even Summer thought that this was a venom of some kind, but it's actually not. It's completely unrelated, even though it really, really looks like venom. But here is the side of the box, back of the box, and the other side. And yeah, this one is a 6-inch pop or a super pop, whatever they call it. Which makes sense since it is definitely much bigger than Spider-Man in the show. Jeez, if I can even get it out. There we go. All right. This one is really cool. This one looks like it was pulled straight out of the Spider-Man the Animated Series. I mean, the way that they did the cell shading on here is honestly really, really cool. The figure itself is mostly black, but then it also has the blue, cell shade that you can kind of see all around there, which is really, really cool. Again, you can tell this isn't a Venom, even though the eyes look a lot like a Venom symbiote. There's these weird, details here that definitely make it look like it's definitely a different kind of creature, because I know that the Venom symbiote is also an alien, it comes from a separate planet, that kind of thing. But this one is certainly not in any relation. The details and the designs on it are really, really cool, though. It even only has 3 fingers and 2 toes, so there's another thing there, and even a tail from the back as well. So this one, honestly, really, really cool. I was surprised that they even made a figure of this one. I know it was in a lot of the advertisements and stuff like that, but I just didn't think, especially because, it wasn't even named in the show, hence why it was just called Alien Monster. So I just think it was really cool that we got a figure of this one. I thought it looked really cool. And honestly, this figure was one of the reasons that I ended up even doing this video, because Summer and I saw it and was like, wow, that one's really cool. And she's like, I'm surprised you're not doing a video on these things because you always do Spider-Man pops. And I'm like, and she's like, do it. I'm like, okay. So technically, Alien Monster is to thank for this video even existing. But nonetheless, I think this wave is really, really cool. I think they did a really good job with these ones. I'm a big fan of all of them, honestly. 10 out of 10, I guess. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't have any issues with them. I don't see any issues with them. Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing, no gripes with this wave. But yeah, let me know down below which of these are your favorites. I'll go through them one more time. We have Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. We have Spider-Man Homemade Suit. We have Doctor Strange. And we have Alien Monster. So yeah, let me know down below, guys, which of those are your favorites. When we come back next week, we're going to be keeping the Marvel theme going here with some pops from one of the biggest Marvel game releases in recent memory, Marvel Rivals, which of course has also been on Jared Takes the L before, but it's going to be making its Jared Opens a Box debut next week. So keep an eye out for that one. But that's going to do it for today's episode, guys. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.